team. I'm Fitz Kohler, your very noisy race announcer and fitness expert from fitzness.com. And welcome to the Fitzness Show. Tonight, we are going to talk about running and walking and racing. And we did that last week, but our race announcing schedule is so flipping huge with so many wonderful details to share that Rudy and I decided to split the spring race recap into two shows just because it simply deserved it. So I hope you guys are having fun. If you haven't registered for upcoming races, well, we have ones that you definitely need to assign yourself to in the spring. And soon we'll start talking about our upcoming fall races, which I'm absolutely stoked about. In fact, I have some new ones I've added to the list, and they're going to be so good. Okay, I'm going to shush up now, and I am going to invite the noisiest man on the planet who knows how to say blah, 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 and yada, yada, yada. Here he is.
What an intro. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. There we go. Have a great day, everybody. Come back. Noisiest man. You know,
That's it.
I'm not anywhere. I'm not anywhere near as noisy as you. But it makes you funner to hang around. So, hey, Fitz, how's it going? How was your weekend?
I was in Chicago announcing the DC Superhero Run this weekend. What about you? What were you doing this weekend?
I was all the way in San Diego announcing the San Diego International Triathlon, which was super fun. Yep.
Yeah, I bet it was. Okay, sorry, I'm checking on our connection. So listen, we're not going to talk about that just now. We're going to talk about the other stuff. But listen, we're going to talk about okay, this is what we found, folks, is that I preface exciting things by saying, listen. And so Rudy gets so annoyed with me. He's like, I'm listening. But you, what do you say?
I rarely, but from time to time, say, look. But then I realized how often Joe Biden does it, so I'm removing that from my bit. There's no more look.
Yeah, his speaking abilities aren't to be emulated, right? At least not intentionally.
Yes, not for me. Thank you very much. Anyway.
Okay, so listen, we're talking about. I know, too much. Okay, listen. We're going to talk about spring races, but before I want to talk about some falls. Okay. And you have no idea what I'm talking about, but in the spring, we both took some falls and we totally bypassed it last week when we were talking about the particular races and the falls involved in them. And so Los Angeles Marathon, I thought it was so great. It was the day before the marathon. We were announcing the LA Big 5K and the kids races, and you were doing awards, and I had to leave the finish line of the 5K to run to the kids races. And usually someone comes and gets me, so I have a little bit of time, but nobody came to remind me. And all of a sudden I looked at my phone and thought, oh crap, gotta go. So I had my heavy backpack on and I was running across the parking lot, Dodger Stadium parking lot, packed with thousands of people who had just finished the 5K. And all of a sudden I felt it. The ball of my foot hit the pavement and I could just hear myself saying, there you go. And boom, landed hands and knees down on the asphalt, surrounded by people. And it was such a thud. And I just thought, oh, it's so much harder to fall down as an adult. When we were kids, it did not feel that bad. Nothing, but totally knocked the wind out of me. And actually what I thought is, oh, I tore my Lululemon pants because I hit hard. And so I'm on the ground worrying about my knee and my pants. And then all the people around me, I hear, there's the race announcer on the ground. And it was just a little devastating, but I looked over and people reached down, picked me up, and I definitely bruised my ego. My pants did not rip, which anyone who's invested in Lululemon knows that is a big victory. I had a bunch of, yucky stuff on my hands and knees, but our friend Vicki Richardson, I think she's 83 now. she's the one who helped me over to the kids' races.
Oh, she was there? Okay.
Yeah. She took me and she did one of the Mr. Miyagi things. She warmed up her hands and she put it on my knees. It was so sweet. And I just thought, I love her so much. So fortunately, once I got around the kids, then I was able to forget that I was hurt and move on. But that was my big fall in the spring. And then you took a big fall at the Big Sur Marathon. Tell us about that, Rudy.
It was lovely. First thing is, I fall about once a year. And yes, as we get older, that actually what you said is so true. As kids, we're falling all the time, because we're just not paying attention or we're having fun, whatever. We fall and we get up, we go. You just go, rub some dirt on it. Band-Aid. Mom, I need a Band-Aid. Whatever. It's not a big deal. The older we get, the more devastating it is. And so I fall about once a year. And I think I was about 6 months past due. We were both at Big Sur, and it was the Saturday before the marathon. I think I had just finished my shift at the expo, and you were in there, and just the Monterey Bayside walk between Monterey and Pacific Grove is so beautiful. It's so lovely, as you know. Yeah. Hey, Shannon, you you see there's seals, on the beach, and they're pupping at that time of year too. So it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Anyway, you tell us about you, Novotny.
All right, wait a minute. This is the story. Don't rush me. And I'm having a very nice run. I think I ran between the convention center and Lovers Point in Pacific Grove. Turned around, came back, and I had no idea what happened. I think I don't lift my feet very much anyway. I'm a shuffler, as you know. I'm a shuffler. So I lift my feet about this far off the ground. And I was tired. And I think I just stubbed my toe, and I went down hard on the sidewalk, people everywhere. And as you had said, there were people around when you fell. I think the amount of pain you endure also is exacerbated by how many people saw you fall. And people were so nice. There was immediately like 20, 30 people around. Can we help you? And I was just, no, just let me sit here for a moment. Both my knees are bloody. One of my elbows is bloody. And I went down on both hands and wrists, and I jacked up my back on the left side to the point where I am just now getting over it. It hurt so bad. And of course, adrenaline's running, adrenaline's going crazy. I ran back and finished up my yeah, I survived. Okay, that's the story. Sorry it took so long, Fitz.
No, that's but we wanted to get to the falling. That's really about the
falling is really important. Yeah. I highly recommend not falling. Yeah, it's
you know what? That's like a Team Noisy endorsed camp right there. We recommend not falling while running.
The older I get, the more sense the little thing you get. It says, "Help, I've fallen and I can't get up."
One of those.
Help, I've fallen and I can't reach my beer. Yes, we both fell. It sucked for both of us. And now I've got about another year, hopefully. So.
That's right. We are not falling in the fall. That is for sure. Another falls to the spring.
Oh, fall falls. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. And Shannon's a faller too. Sorry to hear that, folks. If you have fallen down while running recently, walking, skipping, trotting, if you've done sort of race, let us know. Why not? Say hi.
Share it.
Section wherever you are. That's right. Make us feel less foolish for wiping out in front of tons of people. Okay, well, let's get to the topic that we came here to talk about, all the second half of our spring races. And so we left off at the end of April last week with Big Sur Marathon, which is magical in every way. And then we went straight to Southern California to the OC Marathon weekend, which is one of our favorites for sure.
It is. Let's go back to Big Sur, though. Let's just go back there for a little while. It's so much fun.
It's so great. But talk about fun. OC, all of these races, I think, have their particular niches in the world. OC is, to me, it's California's biggest beach party. It's the running beach party. It's got, we don't have the Beach Boys playing there, but in my mind, the Beach Boys are playing at the OC Marathon because it's just a rockin' beach party.
Yeah, it definitely has the Southern California beach vibe. Gary and Kelsey do such a good job. Our race directors do such a good job of entertainment, both on the course and in our venue at OC Fairgrounds. And it's just,
We have the Flashback Heart Attack, the 80s cover band, which is so cool. And that's actually the thing where we lose out because we never get to enjoy them because we're at the finish line enjoying the runners, which I'm happy to be. But I feel like there should also be a secondary Flashback Heart Attack party so we could enjoy them after the race.
Right. And we did a meet and greet with a bunch of friends. That was super fun at the expo. We just kind of hung out and just chatted, and it was really nice.
It was so great. And that's the first time we've specifically done this. And they gave us a VIP tent with beverages. And we probably had 40, 50 people come out. And, the real curse for us is that, when we show up on race weekend, we're so busy that we see all these people that we genuinely care for and adore, but we only get to spend these teeny tiny snippets of, hi, how you doing? Let's have a photo and a hug. And then we got to get back to work. So I really thought it was luxurious to spend an hour or so in that tent connecting with these people for real.
So true. But it's another reason I like that you always say, let everybody know, hey, please stop us, give us a hug, tell us how you're doing. Introduce yourself if you haven't done it before, because we'll always make the time to spend, at minimum a few moments with you and see how you're doing and what you're doing and what your plans are. And
at least. Yeah. And how many people do we genuinely love, know, and care for? And we have no idea if they have children, what they do for a living. It's really a special opportunity to get to know our dear friends. Okay, so Kim Pooler piped up. She said, hello. Hi, Kim. Good to see you both. I fell really bad running Peters Canyon, rolling down the canyon, and my kids were trying to help me get up. Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Kim is in the process of getting back into it, and I applaud her. And if you got to fall a couple times to get the feeling of it, you know how it is, Kim. But I'm really proud of you, and I know you're making some great efforts to get back into the swing of things. A lot of people were affected during COVID, and and a lot of people made excuses. And Kim and Joe and the kids they're coming to see me soon at the OC Fairgrounds 5K, OC Fair 5K.
Super.
But we won't talk about that.
There will be no opportunity for her to roll down a canyon over there.
No, not then.
I hate to say it, Kim, but that actually sounds really funny. It sounds like we could reenact that situation in a cartoon. I hope you're okay. But we do. We try to find time, Shannon. We love you guys. Okay, Sean Matlock, who we adore. Thank you for having the happy hour time so we can enjoy talking with Team Noisy as well as the other great runners. Yeah, I love it when our friends make friends. It was nice to meet some different folks over the US. Yeah, that's cool too, right?
That is really it's just an extra fun and really nice thing about getting together and getting some of the people from the Noisy Nation together. And I see them posting with each other now, and these are people that met through racing, running, and being part of the Noisy Nation. It's really cool to see that happen.
It is pretty cool. You know what else is really cool to see, Rudy?
What's that?
Some footage of the OC marathon and half marathon. So we had a ton of races. We had the 5K, the kids race. I'm going to show just a short portion of the OC marathon and half. Are you ready?
Run it, Kohler.
Here we go. Cutting it off there. If you want to
You
see more,
caught me making notes.
Hey, couple highlights right there. We didn't get to see it on the video, but we had a proposal right past the finish line, which is great. We love our finish line proposals. Our race director's son, Nathan, ran his very first marathon, and he smoked it. He was doing, was he under 3 hours, Rudy? I can't remember.
He went low threes, if I remember correctly. Low threes. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And he'll go sub 3. No problem. Just a little more experience, and he'll be in the sub 3 club.
That's right.
Easy.
And he's 18, so he's a full adult. And as a sport performance expert, man, do I support that, waiting until you have an actual adult body to do this very adult activity. So that was super exciting. And I don't know, we had so many wonderful friends. Our OC is our family reunion. Yes,
it is. Yes, absolutely. And it's the anniversary of your very first race announcing gig.
That's right. I always
2013?
14. Yeah. So 8 years making happy noise for runners. Thanks to you and to Gary for giving me that chance.
Fun. And the rest is history, and what a history it is.
Okay, guys. So that's always the first weekend of May. Every year, you got to register for the OC Marathon. It's top notch race weekend, all the bells and whistles. All right. Next up, what?
Hold on just a moment. I think I saw a notice from OC Marathon that the website is being worked on, and it's actually going to go down from July 1 to August 1.
Okay.
So after that time, there will be an increase in fees. So if anybody's at all interested in running OC, which we highly recommend, the half marathon, the 5K, the marathon, get in there now. It won't be any less expensive anytime between now and race day next year.
Yeah, and our race director is an actual fine artist, Gary Kutcher. So the medals are always top notch. They're beautiful.
Amazing.
Okay, so that's your last amazing of the show. You have to use sparkle words, Rudy. No more using amazing. I think everyone uses the word amazing to it. I know. This is what he puts up with. Look, Dan Crowther. I was there in 14 for my first. How did I do, Dan Crowther? Do you remember? Did I do okay in 14? Okay, so Rudy.
Of course you did. Wait a minute. Hey, Dan, how's the pool? See, right now, Dan is watching us. He's watching us from the pool, his brand new pool. I watched them build it. So, and of course, Dan, a police officer, thanks for guarding the thin blue line. We love you, buddy. Okay.
Fitz. We love him. And he probably should invite us over to the pool next time I'm in California. Okay. And I was awesome. Thank you. Hey, I got a second job out of it and a third. Pool's awesome. He's at work. Good. Pay attention to work, man. Be safe. Be safe out there. Okay. So the next weekend, Team Noisy, without making noise, but not together. I want you to talk about your race weekend first. You were at Indi Mini.
I was at the Indianapolis, Indianapolis, Indiana at One America Indi Mini. And they got me because they wanted you and you weren't available. It's not
so they got an upgrade.
Yeah, they said, "Oh, Rudy, yeah, okay, well."
Fine.
So I got to go to the Indianapolis. I got to go to Indianapolis, Indiana, which is absolutely a fantastic metro area. Just came in for a couple days, and they have the One America in Indy, and we've kidded before, and I know a lot of people have talked about when people say mini marathon, but usually it's attached to like a 5K or a 3K. Or a 10K, or a kids race, or whatever. It's our mini marathon. Well, they use it and have been doing this for 47 years. Wow. To name their half marathon. At one point, the Indi Mini was the largest half marathon, at least in the U.S., if not in the world, with nearly 40,000 runners right before COVID hit. It was super fun. It was, the interesting thing that I saw happening there was, when you say Indianapolis, what does everybody say? The 500, right? Race cars. Well, the whole city, if not yet the whole state, embraces that function and that, those events. And there are so many activities that are spun around having that. They just celebrate. I mean, they essentially celebrate it all year, but particularly like 2 months before and 2 months after, there's everything you can imagine. Again, spun around the 500 festival, and people just love it. It's spectacular. It really is. And this year we had, I think, 23,000 people all in. About 19,000 for the half marathon, and about 3,000 ish for the 5K, both on Saturday. And we had great weather. Oh, the weather was looking a little iffy. There was a lot of rain before, which didn't really stop anything, but a lot of rain before. Fantastic expo, huge expo, a lot of great vendors. That was very, very well done. Extra credit for the official merch. The official merch was done by a vendor that's friends of the folks at Indi Mini. They make the material, they do all the printing, they do the design, they do everything. Really good. John and his friends there. I'm sorry, I can't remember the exact name of the company, but it was a wonderful, wonderful weekend. USAT, that's from yesterday. USATF, USA Track and Field. About 3 months before, all of a sudden announced that Indi Mini is going to be the USATF half marathon championship, U.S. championship. So they had a lot, and so there was a real nice prize purse, and we had the elite group go out first, and there was a lot of talent. And one particular young lady said, Sarah Hall's record of 107.15, very respectable. Of course, very respectable. Incredible. Sarah's an amazing runner. I think I can beat that. And Emily Sasson went out. She went out with, she's so fast, she went out with the guys. I mean, she went, they all went, she went out with the guys, was pacing, legally, there was just running with a bunch of guys, and nailed it. 107.11.
4 seconds.
New U.S. record by 4 seconds. And I just really liked her attitude. We've seen her before. We've seen Emily run before. You may have seen, she might have been at your 6K championship, not this last one, but I know we've seen her before. She's
so Rudy, let me pause. When she was coming through the finish line, did you know it was a record at that point? Were you calling it, this is a new record?
Yes. Okay. With the reservation. Okay. Yes. The answer is yes. However, when you have USATF there, they call it. Right. Yeah. So unless you had
this is likely a new record.
Correct. But unless you have a significant cushion, and it was so close that I said, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have a new USA record here, and we're just waiting for ratification. And the USATF guys, there's like 3-4 guys, they're having their little meeting. And then they finally, it was about 6-7 minutes.
Right. Then, yeah, of course. That's great. That's great.
She was excited, and it's really a class event. The party in this park adjacent to the finish line is massive, and great entertainment, food. I'm telling anybody who's listening, if you're doing a 50 stater or anything like that, and you're looking for Indiana, boy, that's one that'll help you check the bells. There's only a half marathon and 5K, not a marathon, but total class. Indi Mini, second week in May. Until next year.
Yeah, until next year. That's right. Okay, so while you were in Indianapolis, look, Sean's pointing out the obvious. Unfortunately, it looks like OC and Indi Mini are on the same weekend next year. How do you choose? Well, the only choice, I hate to say it, is come to OC. That's the, I'm throwing it down. OC Marathon every year, no matter what, must be there. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Hi, Tim Patton. I love
Hey,
Tim.
Tim.
Okay, so while you were in Indy, I was in Jacksonville and with my beloved Donna athletes. So the Donna Foundation, they have in February the breast cancer to end, the National Marathon to End Breast Cancer. And so they had their brand new inaugural Mother's Day 5K. Rudy disappeared. I hope he comes back. And as per usual, total freaking love fest. That's what the Donna is to me. It's this smushy, happy, gushy, everybody adores each other, whether you've met each other or not. It's a real celebration of our breast cancer patients and survivors. They make a solid effort to raise some real funds to help support research and then to help women get treatment and outside services, complementary services while they're going through breast cancer treatment. And I say women, shame on me, because it's also a men's disease. And we always have Jim Keegan come on out and run. He is proof that men have breast cancer too. You know, Jim Pathman had it as well from Team Hoyt. So we actually know quite a few men who've had breast cancer. Anyways, love, 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 love. We had fun. It's the most feel-good race of the year just because it's oozing with pink and hugs. And just like the Donna Marathon, where I committed to, I'm gonna turn the spotlight on every single survivor. I worked my tail off chasing breast cancer patients and survivors as they came through the finish line to make sure every last one of them had that acknowledgement and celebration. And our crowds went wild for each woman and man. And it was a lot of fun. Rudy, are you ready to see the video?
I am. Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Here goes the Donna 5K. Cutting it off there. But as you could see, everybody shows up with happy faces. And you know where we really had fun, Rudy?
What's that?
You're never going to believe this. Awards.
You had fun at awards?
Raucous fun at awards. And you know, for historically, I've been anti-awards because I never want to leave the finish line, but we got everyone through the finish line before we started awards. And our crowd was rowdy. I mean, we just had big laughs, big fun at awards. So the Donna, all of those races are a must do, and I hope everyone follows. And we have so many friends who have suffered from breast cancer recently and are going through it now, and it's on their to-do list to make it over to Jacksonville to run with us or walk. And we definitely have tons of people going through it during treatment as well. So some of these women, I'd say, how far out are you? They'd say, I had chemo Thursday. So it's a really special opportunity to be a part of an organization that's doing a bunch of really good stuff.
And you guys did raise a bunch of money, right?
Always. Yeah. Their fundraisings are Chaz Runfola is he's a dynamo and he cares and he asks, he puts his hand out and people say, okay, here you go. So I like that.
And how many people did you have? That's no small 5K.
Oh, I don't know. A couple thousand, perhaps. It's brand new. It's inaugural. And it's Mother's Day weekend, but it was Saturday. So you could come out, run with mom, walk with mom, and then go do brunch with mom the next day. Isn't that interesting how so many people...
We're having some technical difficulty here. I'll take over the hosting duties while Fitz is frozen and we're
to eat at a restaurant as if that's bored. Am I back?
Yeah, you are. You were gone for a while.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I played some videos and did some other things. So
great. Thank you for filling in. That's your job now. If I disappear, you gotta jump in. But here's the thing: is the 5K, the Mother's Day 5K is on Saturday, which gives you the chance to still go to church and lunch with your mom. But isn't it interesting how some people will prioritize eating at a restaurant over athletic adventure? Look up, Novotny. What you looking at?
I'm looking for some notes for our conversation right now. Excuse me.
Right here. But yeah, I think it's weird. Stop focusing on everything. Doesn't have to be so food focused. Go do something fun and then nourish your body because you get hungry. But our holidays don't always have to be around restaurants, right?
Yeah, they seem to be very. I don't know. In the United States, our holidays do seem to be very food focused.
Yeah, it's demented. Demented, so says me. Okay. So we're going to move on and we're going to stick with my race because I had a race the next weekend. You did not. Fargo Marathon. Oofda.
Oofda. That's the weirdest word.
It's commonplace. It's like saying wow or something. It's the word that says it all. If you're scared, you can say oofda. And if you're excited, you can say oofda. And if you did a great job, oofda. It's the word that it's like supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's a thing you say when you don't know what else to say.
So is that Fargonese? Is that Fargonese? And if you're from Fargo, you are a what? Fargonian?
Fargoan. That's one of those things that we play with while announcing athletes. This is a Fargonian, Fargan. Well, Fargon, you could be a Fargon. So listen, Fargo Marathon is not just a marathon. It's not even just a weekend. It's Monday through Saturday worth of races. So they have a cyclothon, multiple distances on your bike. And then we have dog races, the Fargo.
Oh, that's right, Fargo.
The Fargo dog race on Tuesday. So neither Monday nor Tuesday do I attend, at least not yet, because I come in on Wednesday when they have the break. But Thursday night we have the kids races and everything between Thursday and Saturday.
Oh boy!
Starts in Fargo Dome, which is an outstanding. Oh, this is very upsetting to me. All right, am I back?
Yes.
Am I back? Oh, yeah. This is a bad time. I am back. Okay, good. So it's in the Fargo Dome, which it's a great place because you can relax. It's warm. You have real bathrooms. We have jumbotrons. And you want to talk about distracting, Novotny? It's my big face on the jumbotron until the finish line starts filling up. So the whole time pre-race, it's all Fitz Kohler face. And so while I'm trying to look drifting to the jumbotron with my big face, very distracting.
You keep breaking up.
I just like that. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to give me a moment to check on my connection. I apologize, everybody. This is terrible. Nobody likes that. All right. Maybe this will be better. Am I still there? No, am I there, Rudy?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so we're talking about the jumbotron and my face on the jumbotron for an hour or so before I kick off each race.
An hour?
Yeah, I mean, just this Fitz Kohler face. Every word I say is up there, like so big. And so while I'm trying to talk to our athletes, my gaze keeps drifting up to my big face on the jumbotron, which was very weird. So listen, we send off the kids. We have a marathon. We have a 1 mile and a half mile. But at the very end of whatever race was second, I think it's the full mile, there's these little boys coming up at the end. And I'm always trying to get the kids to have fun and the grownups. Hands up, smile. So they're coming through, just kind of power walking crankily. And I tell them, I said, hey guys, when you get to the finish line, I'm on foot.
Oh, and she's frozen again.
This is bad.
Sorry.
Am I here?
Yep, now you are.
I don't know why I'm. Okay. So when he was a little boy, he's walking cranky. And I say, when you get to the finish line, put your hands up and smile. He goes, I will not. And I know. And I said, okay, then keep your hands down and make a cranky face. And he looks at me, he goes, how dare you?
How old's this kid?
9.
Oh, that's trouble. That's trouble brewing.
I insulted him so hardcore. So anyways, that was a kids race. We have a fun time, Fargo. We have Elvis Presley comes to Fargo, and he's Karate Elvis. That was a bunch of fun. We have great crowd support. We have tremendous weather. It's cool. And you know what's a highlight to me now is since our long big race is Saturday morning, people can stay and enjoy Fargo on Saturday night. They don't have to go to work till Monday. And so they have an after party downtown, live band. You get a medal. Gosh, I wish I brought it. A medal for going to the after party. It's the mile 26
you get
medal.
Wait a minute. You get a medal for attending the after party.
You do. I wish I had it on me. Do I have it? I have medals all over here. You'd be surprised. But yeah, so you get a medal, and there's all sorts of beverages, adult beverages. Look how big this thing is, the Fargo medal. So big. But I went to the after party with Tina Hauser and Tiffany Ma, and then we went and did karaoke. And it was so flipping fun. So if you want to run and then do party, Fargo Marathon.
I think the party medal actually might even be better than the 0.0 medal, and the spectator medal that we've seen as well at another event that we do, which are really cool. But a medal for attending the after party, that's
Mark Knudsen. Mark has a really good eye for fun and class. He really knows how to make an event special. He's done that many times. I've witnessed it, and I admire his race directing. Rudy, do you want to see it?
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, give me some Fargo clips.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, that's all you get at Fargo.
Hey, do I remember that Fargo Marathon is a big 50-stater destination? Didn't you have just a huge group out there?
That's exactly what I was going to say. So the 50-staters, whether you're doing the 5K, the half, or the full, if you're going to run a distance in North Dakota, this is the race. I hear there's another marathon in North Dakota. I have no idea what it is, but there's another one, perhaps. But yeah, they all come. So, I mean, it feels like 20% of our athletes are going for 50 states. So with that, we have all 50 states represented, and we have some running royalty. We had a gentleman, Jim Simpson, 80 years old, 80 years young, crossing the finish line of the marathon, who that day he was running his 2,122nd marathon. And there was a whole horde of them that have run. Yeah. So many, between 600 and 2,000, just crazy. So Fargo's got some cool stuff going on. I highly recommend. And it's Fargo. You betcha. Are you going to come, Rudy? You say it. You betcha.
You betcha.
You betcha.
You betcha.
Okie dokie. So the next weekend we were together. Do you know where we were the next weekend?
Where were we next weekend? Was that the run show?
Buffalo Marathon.
Oh, Buffalo. Oh, how could... Yeah, Eric, let me put my Junior Poobah hat on. There we go.
That's a rookie mistake to not know that.
I know. Well, okay. When you're retired, kind of everything kind of melds into...
That's right. Who needs a calendar?
That's right. That's right. Buffalo, though, fantastic, very patriotic event, and super red, white, and blue. And we lose Fitz again. Oh boy. Greg Weber and company do a great job with the Buffalo Marathon. Love making that one each year. Fitz has been there. Oh, I think
you got to go there. Reception. I'm hoping Rudy will come back. No, he's frozen. We're taking time.
I'm not frozen. I'm just waiting for you. No, okay. We're waiting for you.
All right, but I'm here now. It's very strange. Yeah, so some of the highlights to Buffalo is that it has one of every type of race. They have a diaper dash. The diaper dash was a blast this year. We had 100 babies and their parents, and most of the babies got down on the specific 26.2-foot carpet to crawl across. Some of them had to be dragged across. We had some slacker babies who did not want to do anything. And then we had some diaper dashers that like to smash tables as part of the Buffalo Mafia, right?
Right, exactly. And we had, of course, all the kids runs. Kids runs are always a blast there, very well attended. And we had a we had a false start. We had a problem with the oldest kids.
Right. They were supposed to go off in groups of 10 maybe, and then all 70 of them took off and we made them redo.
The wrong way. One kid just started running and all the other kids just started following this one boy who just decided to run, and the parents were like, no, that's not right.
Yeah, so we're not above redoing. We're not above redoing. But the kids race is great. Kids and diaper dashers are free. Those races are free, so the parents don't even have to pay any money to register those kids, which I think is pretty outstanding. The Ruffalo Stampede, absolute blast with hundreds of dogs of all sorts. And my favorite part is we had a patriotic sing-along instead of playing the anthem. And before I kicked it off, I just told everyone, I said, I need one person to sing the first 4 words of the anthem. Oh, say, can you see? And nobody raised their hand. So instantly I pointed at some guy. He had these 2 patriotic looking poodles. I said, you come up here and sing those 4 words. What's your name? He said, I'm Sean. And he came up and he said, I have a terrible voice. I said, even better. Go for it, Sean. And he belted out that, oh, say, can you see? Like an absolute boss. I was so impressed with this guy. He was such a sweetie.
And everybody joined in, right? You love it.
Everybody joined in. Yeah. Yeah. Patriotic sing-alongs all day. I would happily ditch the professional singers, happily ditch Leanne Rhymes on our iPad to hear a bunch of Americans singing their anthem before every race.
And of course, at the Ruffalo, we've got these big pools of water at the finish line for the dogs to drink out of. But very quickly, they decide, hey, wait a minute. I'm going to go for a swim.
That's right. That's right. It's a dog party. It's kind of like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette on television. It becomes
just like that.
A doggy hookup. There's a bunch of tush sniffing, et cetera, followed by the bark crawl at the bars. And
that's right.
So the dogs go to the bars after their race, and they meet and greet each other. There's some friendship making, and then there's rescues set up at each bar with dogs that need a home, a forever home, which is really sweet. I love being a part of that goodness.
Remember the one of the ones we met where, I mean, it's kind of a sad story, but it's, it's a very sad story, but it's a really happy ending. The dog had been shot and they rescued it, and the dog needed, and dogs just now, he's just all fine and ready to go to a home, and just it's a wonderful rescue story. So
yeah, I hope that dog has a forever home. 5K was a blast as per usual, and Marathon Day was great. We actually, for the first time ever, and we don't have to say his name, but our anthem singer lost the words. And that does happen sometimes. Now, I've never seen this happen at one of our events. I don't recall, but because I asked everybody else to sing during the anthem, I was singing behind him. And so he just started trailing off, and I leaned in and tried to sing loudly to help him catch on. And what people may not understand is this is highly choreographed. Greg Weber and Rich Clark have a ton of fireworks that go off along with, and the rockets, bombs bursting in air, and then at the end. And so the poor anthem singer, he started trailing off. He didn't catch on with my singing. He goes, oh, can I just start over? And I said, no, the bomb's bursting in air, and he was able to join in. And fortunately, most of our athletes were singing too. But you know what? Perfect's boring.
Yeah, but I'm sure it's every performer's nightmare, forgetting a song that you've sung 100 times, 200
Yes.
times, 300 times, whatever it is. And he's been singing the song for Buffalo for a while, and I'm sure he's done it a lot of other functions as
Oh,
well,
yeah.
but it just went down in flames.
Yeah, it was funny. I hope that he can look at the bigger picture in life and not be too upset over it. But there's been a couple times where you've quickly volunteered to sing the anthem when our iPad went down or someone didn't show up. And as you start singing, that's one of the things I think is, oh man, don't forget those words, because you haven't warmed up, you haven't practiced, you don't have any
Right.
lyrics written down. You just go for it and you get it right. That's pretty cool.
I've only done it on an emergency basis, so
You like it.
anyway, yes.
You like it. All right. And then the other highlight at Buffalo, amongst many, is that there's now a great after party with fantastic local bands. Lots of people took Buffalo up on that offer to go party in the streets. And then they had a spectacular fireworks show at 7 p.m. that night. It was a big deal. It looked like the 4th of July. So kudos to Greg and Rich for upping that
That fireworks show
game.
was incredible.
Yeah.
And wait a minute, what was the name of the band? Eh, eh,
Something
the
about nerds, maybe.
Nerds. The Fabulous Nerds or something like
I think
that.
that was it, but yeah, it was something with nerds,
Okay.
perhaps. Maybe that's our band, the Noisy Nerds. That could be us.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No? All right, bad idea. Okay, so Buffalo Marathon next weekend. I headed off to the here. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Shannon. Nerds Gone
Nerds Gone
Wild.
Wild. There you go. There you go. Thanks, Shannon.
So good. So good. That makes me think about, remember Girls Gone Wild?
No,
Those
I don't know
videos.
what
I
you're
never
talking
got the
about.
video.
Have no idea what you're talking
Of
about.
course you don't. You cannot do that. You cannot sell a video with girls jumping around with no shirt on. You would be canceled so hardcore. Or
Bad, bad,
not. Maybe
bad.
you make some friends. I know. Okay, so the next weekend, speaking of girls, but the different type of girls, the USATF Women's 6K Festival in Canton, Ohio, which is a great town dedicated to football. It's where the NFL Hall of Fame is, and they have a museum. And Canton itself has all sorts of really interesting architecture and monuments dedicated to football. So a lot of fun. There's Centennial Plaza, which is our finish line area, but we bring in the fastest women in America to compete for about 20 something thousand dollars in cash prizes. And then there's a people's race. So I kick off actually the USATF folks shoots the gun, and he does it in a boring way. Pow. And then they run off, and you can barely see them run because they're so fast. They just go zoom. And then we start the regular people off, which actually didn't do too much worse. We had some actual speedsters from the regular runners, all females. There was no male athletes. But the woman who won the 6K, Kira D'Amato, she is the woman who broke Dina Castor's long-standing American marathon record in February. And it was great. It was great. It was really exciting. So right now she has the marathon record, the 6K record. Just this past weekend, she won the BAA 10K in Boston. She is on a tear, winning everything. So she said she would be on my show. I did a little live broadcast from that weekend, just interviewing short bursts with some of the elites. And she was a lot of fun. And here's the thing, she's killing it. She's winning everything. She's 37. She didn't turn pro until 35. That's what I read. And she has 2 children.
I'm telling you, that is some serious success. That is bad to the bone.
Absolutely. And so ragingly fit. And so for anyone who says, oh, I can't be fit, I'm in my 30s, or I'm a parent, baloney, man. She is exhibit A of what's possible if you put your mind to it.
Well, Fitz, haven't human performance studies shown that a lot of athletes actually get stronger into their 30s,
Oh.
particularly for distance athletes, well into
Well,
their 30s?
We see it every day or every weekend. I mean, most of our champions are in their 30s, sometimes their 40s.
40s.
Yeah, our grown-ups are certainly the more impressive group. Now, for sure, we've got some speedster 22-year-olds out there, but I think if I were gonna put my money on any age group at a marathon finish line, it would be 30s and 40s.
Absolutely.
How old is Eliud Kipchoge? Someone look that up. Look up how old is our fastest marathoner. Do you know how old he is, Rudy?
I do not. That's a really good question, and Shannon will give that to us in about Shannon or Sean will give that to us in about another 15 seconds.
That's right. That's
or,
right.
Or Tim. That's right. That's right. You know what? I'm guessing 38. He's no spring chicken. He is no spring chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's really young.
Yeah, just a baby. Yeah, no, he's a full grown up. He's very distinguished too. He's got some.
Oh, he's class act.
Yeah, well, I'm not even talking about classy. There's maturity to him. You can definitely see the maturity on Eliud. So very interesting. Okay, so the women's 6K. Rockstar, it's supposed to be a July race. They had pushed it to June this year. It'll be back in July, but something definitely worth attending. And they had a live country music concert the night before. Lots of fun. Yes.
37.
He's 37. Yeah. And he's the best in the world right now. Oh, and poor Tim. Poor Tim Patton is driving, and Surrey doesn't like him. He was trying
no worries, Tim.
That's a name Surrey might not recognize. Eliud Kipchoge. Good luck, Surrey. Okay. You know what was the next weekend?
What was the next weekend?
The Run Show, Chicago.
Yay. Excellent. Tell us about it.
Well, Run Show USA is a takeoff from the National Running Show in UK, and it's a monster there. About 30,000 people attend this weekend, and it's a convention hall filled with everybody who makes stuff for runners and has activities for runners, puts on races, and then a ton of inspiring speakers. Rudy, can you compound on that, or did I hit it?
Oh, I think you hit it. I think, I was saying, an expo on steroids, which really it is, I love a really good expo with a diverse number of vendors, but this took it to another level, in my opinion, with the speakers. I mean, we had some really amazing speakers.
So tell everybody who you got to sit down and interview on the stage.
I got to sit down and interview Carl Lewis, who is just, I'm not a particularly good interviewer, so I needed to research a lot more than maybe other people. I really wanted to be on it. I really wanted to understand. And I grew up watching Carl Lewis at the Olympics, at the World Championships and all that stuff, but I didn't have all the facts and figures, and I really wanted to make it interesting and ask some very pertinent questions. What an incredible, not amazing, incredible man and athlete. I mean, he has records that stand today. I wish I could now, and I'm just blanking on all the numbers. I believe it was 61 straight victories in the long jump. 61 continuous. He was unbeaten over longer than 10 years. That was just one thing. He was so delightful, such a gentleman, so much fun. We were packed for Carl, and there were a lot of seats there, and Carl was great. And then I'm thinking, oh, how do I fill an hour and a half? Probably easy. And then I look up and they say 30 minutes. Rudy, you have 30 minutes. It's going to take me 10 minutes to introduce the guy. So I was nervous about it. I was honored. I was nervous, and he's incredible. He is an icon, and he's earned his spot in the history books. Now he's a coach at University of Houston, where he got his start. His dad was his coach for the longest time, and now he's coaching there on a part-time basis. I'm sure they're really lucky to have him. And that was a great start for me. Fireside chat without a fire with Carl Lewis. Great start. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was so happy for you. He's an iconic guest. That's a great grab for you. I came in a few hours later than you, so you actually introduced and hosted quite a few speakers. I showed up for a panel, cool group of women in running. My favorite is girl I met at OC Marathon quite a few years ago, Sally McRae. She's a Badwater champ and just such a sweet, sincere person. And I admire her so much. I admire her decency, her grit, the fact that she's willing to go out and run 135 miles in the desert and get on that stage and then talk about how she had diarrhea the whole time while winning that championship. I mean, what a special woman, right?
Yep. Well, there was I don't know. I don't know that I'd call it a focus, but there was a lot of ultra talent there. A lot of people in the ultra. We had Henry Ward, recovering drug addict, and how he turned his life around with ultra running. Sally was absolutely fantastic. We had
Gary Robbins from Canada, who's very famous. He's a race director in Canada, but he's also famous for not finishing the Barkley Marathon or Ultra. And that's a great story. And so for all the people who beat themselves up over not PRing at that half marathon or not doing this, sometimes the beauty is within the effort, because this man, we actually talked about it while I was interviewing him. I said, you probably actually wouldn't be here on this stage. You wouldn't have been invited
if you finished.
If you finished. Yeah, I mean, you would have been one of 16, right? So he's a guy who fell just short. And because of that, he's got this great story to tell. And his life is improved in other ways. So he was fantastic. And then, of course, Galen Rupp, who's a two-time Olympic medalist and a silver medalist in the marathon. He's a Chicago Marathon champion, and he's one of my favorite athletes because he has such a strong focus on strength training. That's kind of how he shot out of the blocks as a marathoner. And he was really fun. And because I like to play the games with the guests, my favorite part of that interview was at the very end, where I asked him to sing the first 4 words of the anthem, and like a gamer, he did it. He did a great job, right?
He did. He just he didn't know that you were serious. He wasn't sure that that was a real question. You really want me to do this? Okay.
Yeah. Well, I had just like coerced one of the audience members into doing it to win a prize right before. So anyways, he was willing to play along, and I appreciate that. Right.
We also had Dean Karnazes talk about somebody who gets up and just runs. Oh my gosh. Yeah. He's 52 marathons and 52 weekends and all 7 continents in 7 days, I think, marathons and 7 continents. And, Dean's always a pleasure, and just really a real fun guy. Little crazy, super fun.
We like crazy.
We like crazy. Crazy works, particularly when you're an ultra marathoner.
That's right. That's right. And then our last event I want to cover are my past 2 events, the DC Superhero Run series, which is back. This is the next generation of what used to be the DC Wonder Woman and Batman runs. Now it's a combination of all 3 icons. We've got Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman. And what I love about the series is that you actually have to register. Am I back, Rudy?
Yeah, you are. We heard what you love about, and then so take it from there.
Okay, what I love about that is you have to register for one of the 3 icons. You have to register for Wonder Woman or Batman or Superman. You don't just get the trio on a medal. You have to make a choice. And then you get the corresponding gear. So you get, if you register for Superman, you get the Superman shirt and the Superman wristbands. And then you get the Superman medal. And the same thing for Batman and Wonder Woman. And as the other races where the branding is so fun, but the people who come out for these events they are cracked up on excitement, like running fun. I know me and my Fitzisms, but they are so pumped to have a good time. I don't think anyone's going to come out and be really serious. And I like fun, right? So these are our medals. They're beautiful. This is the Wonder Woman. And then this is the Batman. And they're all three-dimensional and sparkly. And yeah, we're doing the costume contests, our world famous costume contests and trivia. And it's just, for me, as the announcer, I love the amount.
She'll be back, folks. This is just a short break in our program. Sorry this is happening, guys. Sometimes you just can't do anything about
Engagement again with the athletes.
Oh boy. Yeah, Fitz, we lost about a minute of that.
Yeah, I stopped talking. I could see myself disappear. You know what? I think perhaps I had new wires put on the side of my house. I think some of our storms have already wreaked havoc on my internet, which is not a good thing. But what I was saying is, it's just people are having it's highly engaging. And so people don't just show up and get their bib and put it on, wait at the start line and go. Everybody's conversing. You could talk with thousands of people. We do trivia and costume contests and people get to know each other. It's just such a friendly experience.
Now, did anybody come dressed up as a character that wasn't one of the prime three?
That's a great question. Yes, we've had Jokers and Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy and the whole DC universe. And we've had a couple of Marvel fans, which is just fine. Just fine. Everyone's welcome. Do you want to see a short video?
Yeah, sure. Come on. Let's see it.
Okay. All right. We're going to go to St. Louis.
Very cool. Looks like everybody had fun.
Yeah, we've had so much fun. So St. Louis was a blast. Just did Chicago. For me, I get to dress up different. So I was Superman on weekend number 1. This weekend I was Batman. Next weekend, I think I have no choice but to do Wonder Woman, right?
Back where it all started.
That's right. That's right. So listen, this internet connection is torturing me and I don't want to torture you anymore. So I think we should say goodbye before it happens again.
So you're okay. Where are you going to be? Where's your next DC superheroes? It's coming up.
Washington, DC. Yeah. And if anyone wants to run that, DCSuperheroRun.com. We'll be in Atlanta, Massachusetts, San Francisco, 2 stops in Texas. There's a couple more that I'm missing, but we have a lot of fun planned around the country. And I hope everyone will come. Use discount code FITSNESS to save.
And I have OC Fair 5K, which I mentioned in the early part of the show, August 4th. Use Team Noisy for 10% discount. And I have Long Beach Classic, inaugural half marathon. It's going to be excellent. Be starting at the Marine Stadium, and use code RudyRunners15 for 15% off.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Rudy, thank you so much for always being such a fun partner to make noise with. And I'm sorry you've had to cover for me and my terrible Wi-Fi.
Hey, no worries, Fitz. And let's do it again soon. And maybe we'll discuss summer, fall races coming up.
Yeah, we'll do it. All right. Have a great night, everybody. See you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.